Hi guys, so this is my submission. This is Harita, and this is my submission for the Sparks Foundation Task 3, the analysis of retail data, the exploratory retail data analysis. So I did this in Python using the pandas and the NumPy library, and obviously the matplotlib as well. So I'll just run everything once again. So starting from the beginning, these are the libraries that I used, and I used the white grid for all my visualizations of my data. Now the CSV file that was given to us was this, and after reading it, I used a preview of the data to be able to see the kind of headers that are there and which would be a viable kind of category for me to use and the first thing that I did was to explore the data, the structure, and what kinds of, how many counts of unique and repeated data are there for it. Now, this is the info segment for the particular data frame. Uh, and these are the data types. So I just wanted to know what I was dealing with and which I could find the correlation of and all of that. Now checking for the is null in this line, and now I am checking the descriptive stats. So descriptive stats, I had learned that it meant that it will describe all the give you all the statistics for the data that has numerical value, and the if you add this part to this is what it will give you even for the non-numerical ones. So that's why you have all these NANs is what I learned. And for the next, moving on to the important parts of this data analysis, first I found the correlation between different variables. So obviously these will be one because it's correlation with itself. But to make it easier, I printed out a heat map so we can figure out which correlations are worth studying and where we could probably get a good idea of where what we can do to make this business better. So one such thing would be profit and discount. They're strongly negatively correlated. So I thought that was worth exploring. And one more was sales and profit, which is pretty evident. So I focused on profit and I focused on profit and discount, as we will see in the coming up segments. Now, this is segment two, which is visualizing the data. So I started off with univariate analysis to see which I did three univariate analysis. One is of the segment header, the other one is for categories, and this last one is for subcategories. And for the segment, we can see that for after here there are three headers, unique headers, and these are the value counts for it. So I found the percentage share of each value count, each type, and after finding the percentage value of each type, I plotted it in a pie chart. So after plotting it, we see that consumer is actually a bigger um, gain for the company than corporate. And using this, moving on to the second one, which is category, which is a category of products, and we find that there's furniture, office supplies, and technology. Out of which office supply seems to be giving the highest profit or sales to the company. And the third one is the subcategory segment, which is in this office supplies or in these office supplies and furniture and technology, what kind of objects does this company sell? And since there are a lot of these, there are 17 subcategories. I used a bar chart instead of a pie chart because it's easier to visualize, and binders seem to be giving a lot of profit to the company as well. So now, since we found out over here that corporate seems to be giving less than consumer, I just wanted to see to what degree. For this I used bivariate analysis, and I used this bivariate analysis, and then since we have already found that consumer has been giving more than corporate, I made pivot tables for here one which was sales against segment, and the next one was profit against segment. Now, over here, you can find that from 0 to 30, 0 to less than 30, you have positive values, and as soon as it crosses 30, you have negative values, which are increasingly negative. So, this is one inference that if the discount is greater than 30%, the stores start to go in loss. So, to see if this works for all the categories, I plotted histograms. The first one was for the furniture category and discount equals to zero point 0.2. This was the graph. And for technology category and discount lesser than zero point 0.3, this was the graph. And for technology category greater than zero point 0.3, this was the graph. And for office supplies and discount lesser than zero point 0.3, this was the graph. So, irrespective of the category, the store runs at maximum profit for discounts that are lesser than 30%, and as soon as it touches 30%, they are in loss. So, these are my inferences that A, consumer seems to be giving more than corporate, which is a notable point, and office supplies seem to be giving most of the value to the company. And the third point being that as long as you keep the discount under 30%, you will be able to make reasonable profits for both consumer and corporate segments, and you will be able to create useful resources for the company as well. Thank you.